Hey YouTube, today is May 7th, 2017. Mango is there, and topic is, well, I finally, after 3 years on the internet, uh, talking about Illuminati, telepathy, and Lucifer, I stumbled upon testimony of one person, and she had a very similar experience to mine in many details. Excuse me. First, when she's talking about the, in her case, demon Azazel or something, she really felt that high energy, like it can lift her up and move. And this is what I figured out. And of course, it's the same as mine. And this telepathic communication, when you have images and clear thoughts in your mind when you're talking with the spiritual entity as well. But that woman done a horrible mistake. She was actually praying to it when she became telepathic and made a connection in which she expressed submissiveness, and she ended up overwhelmed. Now, that's connected to her end. What I think what happened to her. Second thing is,
And pretty much anything non-Christian, and you want to start breaking through that phobia, so that the subconscious psychological impact of that is reduced. You want to address that head on. Pray to Satan or pray to a demon. It's the most taboo thing you can do in Christianity. So if you can do that psychologically and get to a point where you're okay with it, that would logically, and there's a sound psychological basis for that, help you to break through those walls. So as like brilliant idea. I'm gonna pick a demon and bloody freaking pray to him. Of repeated, like over and over, and like bawling. Like I was literally like bawling my eyes out, and then like at one point it was like the towel rack, and I was like holding the towel rack, just like crying, like trying to hug this non corporeal entity that I was just sensing all this profound, profound sorrow off of. It's something that I can't explain what it was. Um, so
thing is,
I
when she's talking about Illuminati telepathic communication, she's talking spot on. She's talking about you can't be sure that your thoughts are your thoughts. Maybe it's coming from their minds or mine, and it's mimicking, your thought process. And what else she was talking about?
where we're going to compare walking upright with telepathy, because I think Illuminati families do something with telepathy that it's hard to understand unless you also have telepathy, which most people don't. Well, they do, but they don't realize it. So that the Illuminati families, they're telepathic and they know they're telepathic. So with telepathy, it's also a complex thing to learn. In the beginning, if you're telepathic, you don't realize that other people's thoughts that you're picking up in your head are not your thoughts. You think they're your thoughts at first, and it can be very hard to learn to distinguish your thoughts from other people's thoughts, or to gain any level of control over reading or projecting thoughts. So if you were a telepathic species, you would have to teach your babies to use telepathy just like you have to teach your babies to walk.
Some other details. Pardon me, I can't remember every single thing, but her last video, when she's like whispering and talking uncoherent in incoherent manner, you can sense there a pressure and an inability really to share that with effectively with other people, which is of course happening when person is alone and isolated and overwhelmed by the both demonic power, which is just an extension of the evil matrix, and like a machine limb, a mechanic limb, and it's very hard. So that brings me to my theory that most of the psychic people succumb to it. And what was happening to her, she was falling on that manipulation, because maybe she didn't care to realize that absolutely every demon absolutely totally hates her and wants to destroy her and take control over her. So she was in a way romantically playing with that, and they can like give you influx of a good vibe and good energy. So you think, okay, like if I join in, if I become one of them, one of the Illuminati who can sense and hear that, then they're probably gonna leave me alone and I'm gonna have a nice life and so on. This is always suggestion coming from their side, and it's absolute bullshit. The whole point is taking control over your mind or your biofield, and they always like to destroy you. So I don't really know what happened to her. She's not making any more updates. She made some updates briefly in one period in 2012, and I would like to verify what's going on with her and who is she. She was working under a nickname, and that's about it. Thank you for watching.